Okay, so we have a big breaking news coming out. Please share this video. Today is December 25th, 2024, and welcome to the Real GS News Channel. 26 more days to go. Donald just sent a message, not only to America, but the entire world. Merry Christmas to all, including to the wonderful soldiers of the Red Dragon, who are lovingly, but illegally, operating the Panama Canal, where we lost 38,000 people in this building 110 years ago, always making certain that the U.S. puts in billions of dollars in repair money, but will have absolutely nothing to say about anything. Also, to the governor of Canada, oh man, the Prime Minister Justin, whose citizens' taxes are far too high. But if Canada was to become our 51st state, their taxes will be cut by more than 60%, and their businesses will immediately double in size. Wow. And they will be militarily protected like no other country anywhere in the world. We can't say that. You got Ukraine now. So, man, give me a second here. Likewise, to the people of Greenland, which is needed by the United States for national security purposes, and who want the U.S. to be there, and we will. Page 2, Merry Christmas to the Looney Tunes, the left, who are constantly trying to obstruct our court system and November event, and are always going after the great citizen and patriots of the U.S., but in particular, their political opponent, me. So they know that their only chance of survival is getting pardons from a man who has absolutely no idea what he is doing. Also, to the 37 most lawless and criminals who has did really bad stuff, and no one before them, but we, give me a second, but were just given, incredibly, a pardon by Joe. So I refuse to wish a Merry Christmas to those lucky souls, but instead we'll say, ooh, we had the greatest election in the history of our country. A bright light is now shining over the USA, and in 26 days, we will make the sleeping giant MAGA. Now, I'm using code words here. All right, so this is a message for the entire world, a Christmas message. Now, I want people to understand something very, very, very important. This is coming out from scriptures. Jesus said to pray for your enemies. Jesus never said to wish people to go to hell. Okay, so Donald, I don't agree with that. I don't. Now, even though there are many, many people that have committed really bad lawlessness crimes, us disciples, our job is to spread the gospel. To spread the gospel. Remember, when Jesus was in the cross, there was also, there were two more that was pierced in the cross too. All right, there was a murderer and a thief. All right, so, and one of them repented, and Jesus looked at him and said, "Today you will walk with me into the kingdom of heaven." So again, we need to pray for those in prison. We need to pray for those that committing all these crimes, because even Jesus said that our job is to go and to spread the gospel to them, and to go to the hospital and pray for the sick, and to feed the poor, not to wish them to go to hell, because that's not who we are. We are Christians. We are followers of Christ. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, December 25th, Merry Christmas. But here's the thing, guys. I tell everybody this. I celebrate Jesus' resurrection every single day, not just one day out of the year. So, again, make sure you wake up in the morning, celebrate it. The next day, celebrate it. Pray and worship Jesus, for he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. All right, let's see what's going on with this very important Christmas message from the Donald. Please share the video. And I'm not bashing Donald. It's that sometimes Donald could be a little, again, we are called to be Christ-like and to share the good news. All right, so the Donald on Wednesday nominated Miami-Dade County Commissioner Kevin to serve as ambassador to, Panama. That's big breaking news. All right, so Donald described Cabrera as a fierce fighter for America First principles, who he has been instrumental in driving economic growth and fostering international partnerships. Few understands Latin American politics as well as Kevin. He would do a fantastic job representing our nation interests in Panama, he said in a post on Truth Social. The announcement of his pick for ambassador comes after Donald warned to reassert U.S. control over Panama Canal, which is administered for decades before handing over to Panama in 1999. 1999 was the final year, and then early 2000, boom, everything fell. Donald said the Central American land with whom the U.S. has had diplomatic relationships since 1903 is ripping us off of the Panama Canal, far beyond their wildest dreams. In a post on Truth Social on Wednesday, Donald accused the Red Dragon soldiers of illegally operating the canal and always making certain that the U.S. puts in billions of dollars in repair money, but will have absolutely nothing to say about anything. It's true. It doesn't make any sense that 38,000 U.S. men actually lost their lives building that Panama Canal, and then we have no say. We have, again, Panama is like, this ain't yours. Get out of here. But again, I mean, what do you expect? The left sold Panama Canal to Panama for $1. And I think that was Jimmy Carter? Was it Jimmy Carter, if I'm not mistaken? But again, even Joe is selling Texas, the wall, the remaining steel. He's selling it for $5. All right, so Panama's leader, Jose Raul Molino, has said that the Red Dragon had no influence on the canal's administration. The Red Dragon does not control or administer the canal, but subsidiary of HK-based CK Hutchison Holdings has long managed 2 ports located on the canal's Caribbean and Pacific interests. So once again, Donald picks ambassador to Panama, knocks Central American country and the Red Dragon in Christmas messages. So what do you guys think? I mean, this message that he put out, I wouldn't say it was a Christmas message, because it doesn't sound like a Christmas message. It's more of a warning message to multiple countries out there. It wasn't a Christmas message. It didn't feel like it. A Christmas message is sending a message, you representing Christ. You putting Christ out there and saying to everyone around the world, Merry Christmas. God sent his son Jesus, and this is, this is who we follow here in this land. But instead he made it about himself. And again, like I said, I'm not bashing him, but it just didn't feel like a Christmas message. It didn't. It didn't. I haven't heard not one good Christmas message, representing, Christ. Not one. Not one. I've seen Santa Claus and the reindeer and all that type of stuff, live stream going left to right, but there wasn't not one message out there. Not one. And again, guys, these are very, very powerful political people. I mean, they're the one who's supposed to be out there and, with a big sign says, I preach Christ's crucifixion. I mean, when are we going to see like a King David or something? Someone that's stand up for God. So it says here, the soon to be 47th leader of the sleeping giant wished almost everyone a Merry Christmas on Wednesday, even the left and the wonderful soldiers of the Red Dragon. The leader and politicians have delivered holiday well wishes for decades. Former leader Calvin issued the first official greeting in 1927, but the elect unique holiday greeting style has become something of a novelty tradition of its own. Donald's Christmas Day messages separated by a reel of social media posting highlighting his relationship with Elon, his settlement with ABC News, his victory in 2024, his plans to conduct mass operations sending millions back, the looming debt ceiling fight, among others, were written on his Truth Social account. His first message of the day was a straightforward, if entirely capitalized, Merry Christmas to all. He later followed, there is a lot of advertisement in this article. He later followed this by sharing a greeting card style picture of him and former First Lady before posting an NYP article accusing Joe of being a leader in name only, and sharing articles supporting the confirmation of his picks for Secretary of Defense and the FBI Director. Then, just before 3 p.m., he wrote a message about Panama, where his business empire is apparently accused of tax evasion. I mean, like I said, guys, it doesn't feel like it just doesn't feel like a Christmas message. Absolutely not. This is more of a message to the countries. I'm coming, and you guys ain't gonna be doing this to the sleeping giant no more. Again, it's making it all about the sleeping giant, but this is why I've been telling people: it's all about Christ. You got to make it about Christ. You can't make it about yourself or this country or whatever. The most important thing is what Christ did in that cross. When is someone's gonna rise up and say something about Christ and share the good news? Merry Christmas to all, including to the wonderful soldiers of the Red Dragon who are lovingly but illegally operating the Panama Canal, where we lost 38,000 in its building 110 years ago. Always making certain that the sleeping giant puts its billions of dollars in repair money, but will have absolutely nothing to say about anything, he wrote. Donald wasn't done. More advertisement. All right, give me a second here. Olay shampoo stuff. I'm sorry, guys. So it says here, Donald wasn't done there. Donald wasn't done there, turning his ear next to Canadian Prime Minister, who he addressed as governor. It says here, if Canada was to become our 51st state, their taxes will be cut by more than 60%. The businesses will immediately double in size, and they will be militarily protected like no other land anywhere in the world. Likewise, to the people of Greenland, which is needed by the sleeping giant for national security purposes, and who want the sleeping giant to be there, and we will, he wrote. The 45th/47th leader then continue his screed with an addendum just for the left, who are constantly trying to obstruct the court system and, again, November election, and are always going after the great citizens and patriots of the sleeping giant, but in particularly their political opponent, me. Donald then suggested the lives of those on the left who stood against him are on the line, and that their only chance of survival is a pardon from the jury. He still wasn't done, stopping to make clear that the 3 dozens of the that were pardoned, well, again, he was not pleased. He said this: I refuse to wish a Merry Christmas to those lucky souls, but instead will say go to, yeah, that's not Christ-like. That's not Christ-like. That is absolutely not Christ-like. A true Christian will not wish anyone to go to hell. So again, that is not Christ-like. You're supposed to have a heart of a true peace, love, and Christianity, Christ-like. You're not supposed to say that. Just imagine if Peter were to, tell a crowd you could all go to hell and this and that. You steal taxes. Just imagine he would have said that to Matthew. You could go to hell, Matthew, and Jesus would be like, hey, where I come from, we don't speak like that. So again, it's just not right, and I'm not bashing Donald, but that's not a good message, because a lot of those people, yes, they commit a crime, but there's a reason why Jesus came and died on that cross for those who wants to walk away from those crime and sin. You want to walk away, you want to change your life, the cross. All right, so we had the greatest November in the history of our country, and a bright light is now shining over the USA, and in 26 days we will make the sleeping giant MAGA again. Merry Christmas, hero. That was not a Christmas message. It didn't feel like a Christmas message. It didn't feel like a Christmas message. If you read 1 Samuel, when David, he's become king of Israel, David writes all these, he leaves behind hymns. He leaves behind beautiful words about God. As when he was king, he truly loved God, that he went out in the streets, like completely, again, it's basically, I don't know, tradition back then, but he was complete naked, just singing to the Lord outside in public. And again, that, I'm not trying to be funny, that's, in scriptures. And, David truly loved God. He looked up to God, even though, David was an adulterer, a murderer, and this and that. But again, he truly loved God. He truly, truly, truly loved God. And we need something like that. We need someone that will put out a message about God, not about themselves and wishing many to go to hell. That's not the way it's supposed to be. And like I said, I'm not trying to bash Trump, but I don't agree with this message. It just didn't feel like a Christ message. It just felt like it's all about me, and it's all about me. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, please share the video. For those of you that want to give a life to Christ, you can email me. My email is in the description box. Me and my wife are here to help many and to lead many to the righteous path, and that's the path of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.